Welcome to another great episode of Gas Presents Sports for the Culture. I am today's host, your boy Rome. That's Young Rome 22 on all socials. We got a big show to get into tonight. NBA talk. We got some NFL predictions coming at y'all, and we're gonna give y'all our top three songs of the summer. So it's a good show we got going. I'm gonna let the fellas introduce themselves real fast so we can get into it. I'm gonna start with the top left.
What up, Scruff Line? GoodAssSports. Y'all know what time it is. Ready to get into it. Yo, it's a beautiful day. My prediction was pretty close. We're gonna get into all that though. I'm just saying though. Just listen to your boy.
All right. Top right, let them know who you are.
At Bryce XXV double I, man. It's a pleasure to be back on with you, gentlemen. Hey, for all the fans, man, shout out to every single fan that's joined the Gas Fantasy Football League. If you're interested, you think you can hang with the fellas, there's still a few spots left. DM the gang. We'll get you in the league. Let's see who can keep up.
Yeah, most definitely. DM us ASAP for that fantasy spot, man. I enjoy beating people. Bottom left, man. Introduce yourself.
It's your boy D Malo Ragu. Hello, fellas. I hope your weekend was as fabulous as mine. And we all saw what Jimmy Butler and the Miami crew did. Gentlemen sweep starting today. Ah, T, where are you, baby? I hope you're not punching the air right now, my boy.
Hey, well, we definitely gonna get into that, man. We definitely got to talk about that gentleman sweep that just occurred here tonight. But first, man, as we all know, the NFL is finally here. It's happening. We weren't sure because of COVID, but we've been waiting. We didn't have no preseason games. Fans couldn't be at training camp. A lot of people didn't get to see their teams. But we are here to break down how we believe the 2020 season will go. So, fellas, I'm gonna kick this off for us, man. Let's get started with the division winners in the AFC. I'm gonna break it down real quick, man. This is gonna be fun. So the division winners in the AFC East. Oh, one thing I want to mention before we do give our predictions: there's 3 wild card spots this year in each conference. They added that wild card spot, so there'll be extra playoff teams with an added little incentive for the regular season. But back to my predictions: the AFC East. It's looking a lot different. I know a lot of people are going to say the Bills, but I am taking New England out of the AFC East still. Cam is still Superman. Belichick still runs that show. The West, I think that is a no-brainer. That's going to be Kansas City for me. I'll be surprised if anybody else is picking another team out the West. The South, I'm going Houston. I'm going Deshaun Watson. I know some people might think the Titans are on the come up. Not me, man. That's still Deshaun's division. And then last but not least, the NFC North. I'm still rocking with Lamar Jackson. I know a few people think the Ravens were a fugazi. I think they were the real deal, and I think they're going to go on a nice run this season. I think the real test for them comes into the playoffs. And for my wild cards in the AFC, I'm going Buffalo, Tennessee, and for my 7th wild card, I'm going with the Denver Broncos. That is my surprise team coming out of the AFC. I know the news just broke today. Von Miller's got to have surgery, and that'll probably affect how that defense is. But I trust Bradley Chubb to step up big. So I think the Broncos will steal that 7th seed in the AFC. Those are my AFC predictions. Scruff, I'm gonna toss it to you next, man. What are you thinking for the AFC? All right, I'm gonna toss it to Bryce then.
Yeah, like Scruff
having a little technical difficulties.
But for the East, man, I gotta go with the Pats, man. I think the Dolphins, the Dolphins are gonna surprise some people this year. But I'm going with the Patriots. I also think that the Bills got a fighting chance. But Bill Belichick, man, he's the mastermind. He's definitely gonna get it done with Cam Newton the same way he got it done with Brady. I'm with you, Rome. I don't think that the Ravens are going anywhere. I don't think it was a flash in the pan, but I do think that's the most competitive division in the AFC this year. Because I think the Browns are going to finally live up to what they're supposed to be in these last couple seasons. And I think the Bengals will surprise some folks with Joe Burrow. He's a baller. And, you can't forget about the Steelers, of course. I mean, they're always going to be there year in, year out, hard-nosed defense. They're not going anywhere. So I think that's the best division in the AFC. When it comes to the South, man, I got Texans. I got Texans over the Titans as well, mainly because I just don't trust Tannehill to repeat what he just did, man. Don't get me wrong. Tannehill is, he balled out last year, especially towards the end of the season. But I think a lot of that was due to Derrick Henry and the attention that had to be paid to him. We'll see if Tannehill can repeat that. But if he doesn't, that's definitely Deshaun Watson's division once again. And then out west, man, you said the Broncos? Hey, bro. Hey, I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, I can see them. I can see them getting a wild card, but I don't even know if I can see that. I don't believe in Drew Lock. I'm not a Drew Lock guy, man. I've heard Drew Lock is a sneaky MVP candidate right now, and I'm just not buying it. That's Mahomes' division for sure, and I think Pat Mahomes, man, they might go on a crazy run this year. They might only have one loss. They might go 15-1 this season. I think it's going to be a big year for the Chiefs, especially because there hasn't been as much of an off season. There hasn't been any preseason games, so I think those guys are going to come in super fresh after that Super Bowl run.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs winning that division, but I got the Broncos sneaking out as a wild card.
Yeah, I know. I've heard a lot of people, man, believing in the Broncos based off Drew Lock, and I don't know, man. I guess I was just not as high on him as a lot of people were after last year.
He's got the weapons, man. But Scruff, man, let's hear what you got.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump right in off that Drew Lock point. I think sometimes when you got so many teams, you got the guys with all the cast around them. People want to believe in that quarterback so bad just because they got the cast. Like, oh yeah, like. But I don't know, man. I agree with Bryce. Drew Lock going to have to show me something this year. It's a show me league, so it's nice to have the weapons. So I do not have the Broncos in my playoff picture whatsoever. So let me just start with that. But I'm gonna start in the East, bro. AFC East. It's been New England's division, right? We've been talking about this for a long time. We thought that the end was going to come to end pretty much when Tom Brady left. We were thinking, oh, who's going to win the division now? The Bills, maybe. But nah, it's still New England's division. Don't get it twisted. New England still runs the division. It's just a new black leader in town, and I fucking love it. So that's my pick for the East. I got the Pats coming out the East, man. So I like the Ravens again to repeat in the North. I don't think it was a flash in the pan. Honestly, my prediction is Lamar Jackson is going to take another step forward this season, and the Ravens are going to be another dominant team. Let's see if they can. I think if they stick to the run and they do what they do in the playoffs, I think they'll make a deep playoff run. And then, like you said, the West is Patrick Mahomes' division, so let's not even really spend too much time talking about that. That's a given. They're going to be in there. And I like the Texans down south too, man. Because I mean, the loss of Hopkins hurts. I see fans in the comments talking about Hopkins, but yeah, I mean they picked up Brandon Cooks and they got a pretty good receiving core if you measure them up against anybody else in that division. So I like them. Slight underdog in that division, but I like them to win it. Wild card, man, it's gonna get interesting. No shade to the Bills. I don't got them winning the division, but I got them probably in my top wild card spot. I could see them being a wild card team with maybe 11 wins. Maybe more. I think Josh Allen is going to have a crazy good year. That kid's got all the tools and all the potential. And I think Stephon Diggs, man, shout out to Stephon Diggs. He's finally on a team where I think he's going to take off. And watch out for Stephon Diggs to have an all-pro season, man. So I got the Bills on the wild card slot. I got the Steelers. That's a pretty much guarantee, in my opinion. The Steelers are going to make the playoffs this year. They don't miss the playoffs. They actually almost made the playoffs last year. If there was an extra spot, they probably would have been in it. So I like the Steelers. They're going to find a way in there. They're just that kind of a team. And then last but not least, it was kind of a toss-up between the Colts and the Titans here. Ultimately, I'm going to go with the Titans. I actually switched my pick right before the show. The Clowney edition is nice to have a nice hired gun, if you will, coming off the edge with already dominant defense. The interior of that defense is stout. The secondary is deep. And you got the quote-unquote, according to Bryce, the best running back, at least the best power back in the league, and Derrick Henry bruising people down. I'm not really loving Ryan Tannehill. So, I mean, I do like him better than Phillip Rivers. We all know to my great dislike for Phillip Rivers on this show. But that's all I got is closing out the AFC. No Phillip Rivers in the playoffs, man. He ain't built for that place. He don't even know. He don't even recognize. He looking real unfamiliar in that playoff. So
Yeah, well, it's good that you switched the Titans with the Colts because Phillip Rivers is probably throwing an interception in the time that it took you to switch those picks. I like the picks though, man. I like the picks. G, I'm gonna let you hop in here, man. I want to hear your picks for the AFC.
So my AFC North, of course, we're gonna go with the Pats. Given that the Bills is just as good at the Pats, we're talking about who has the better receivers between the both. Clearly, we go with the Bills. It's all about it comes down to coaching and quarterback. I'm gonna take Bill Belichick and Cam Newton in this one. I figure that Cam could be the man once again. And then we go to the North, AFC North. I take the Ravens, and surprisingly, I think they're gonna win it. But I have the Browns over the Steelers just because I can't think of Baker Mayfield going another round with like duos of duo of receivers that he has. And for him not to make it, I feel like this is his year to make it. Him and another quarterback I'll later talk about. And then we're gonna go to the AFC South. We'll go with the Texans. I already put money on this. So I got the Texans winning, and I'm gonna take. It's just like what Bryce said earlier. Tannehill, that was like thunder in the bottle, man. I don't see Tannehill going that nut again, especially not for a whole 16 games. What is it? Still 16, or we're talking about 18 now? I don't even know really. But because you guys said we're having another slot now. So there's only one team is catching a bye this year.
Yeah, only the number 1 seed will have a bye. Number 2 seed will play the 7th seed.
Oh, wow. So my number 1 seed is going to be the Chiefs. And out of that division, I got John Gruden and the Raiders. The Oakland Raiders. This is Derek Carr's year to make it or break it. And also for John Gruden, like, what is it, $100 million that he got for 10 years? All guaranteed. John Gruden got to take those Raiders to the playoffs this year. But at least for it to be worth it, because now he can't say you don't have a number 1 receiver. He just drafted one. And he has a decent tight end. And that defense is pretty. If it wasn't for a couple of injuries, that defense is pretty stacked. That's a young defense in the rise right now. So I have the Oakland Raiders as my wild card. And then who else? I have the Browns and then the Bills. No, and the Titans. I can't say the Bills this year. I think the Bills just won 10 games and just take it on home. Because we're talking about Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's going to show the world why he got paid what he got paid. And just to also show the world that he's the reason why Tannehill got paid. Just to take that team to the playoffs.
Wow, those are some interesting picks, man. I like the Oakland pick and the Browns pick, man. That's some real interesting picks right there. All right, before we get back to the AFC and go through the playoffs and decide who our Super Bowl pick for the AFC is going to be, let's run through the NFC divisions real quick, man. And I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible for you fellas. I'm going to start with the NFC West on my side. For the NFC West, and T, this might hurt, but the 49ers are not winning this division this year. I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. It's going to be Russell Wilson and the Seahawks once again, taking back the NFC West like it pretty much always should have been. Last year, you guys barely even took it. It came down to the last game. I don't think you guys are getting Russ again. He's historically great against the 49ers. Let's jump down to the South. I'm taking Tampa Tom. Tom Brady's first year in the NFC South, and it is a stacked division. I think people are sleeping on the Panthers and the Falcons, but I think Tom Brady's got the weapons, much like Drew Lock has in Denver. He's probably got even better ones in Tampa, and they added Fournette. So I'm taking the Buccaneers. I also like their defense a lot. And then let's jump to the NFC North. Go Pack, go. I'm taking the Green Bay Packers, man. That division is weak. The Packers have gotten better. I don't trust the Vikings. I think the Vikings defense has fallen off. I think Kirk Cousins chokes in big games. I know Kirk Cousins chokes in big games. So I'm definitely riding with the Packers in the North. And our favorite division, the NFC East, fellas. You already know who's winning the division. That was a shameless plug. I'm gonna keep it 100%, man. I try to be as objective as possible on the show. I know someone on the show probably thinks we're going to win a division, but I'm not going that route. It pains me to say this, but this is how y'all know I always keep it objective on the show. I do research. I watch film. I love football. I pay deep attention to this. I truly believe that the Dallas Cowboys will win the NFC East this year. I don't see the Eagles taking them. I don't see Washington or New York as being ready to prevent that from happening yet. And as much as I hate saying this on a live recording, I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to win the NFC East in 2020. I know everybody in here is probably going to disagree with that. So with that, I'm gonna toss it around. I'm gonna start with Scruff on this one, man. Who you got for the? Oh, actually, let me get my wild cards real quick before I jump off the NFC. In the wild card spots, man, because there's three of them this year. I got Atlanta coming out the South. I think a lot of people sleeping on Atlanta, and I'm also taking the Cardinals out the West and the 49ers out the West. So the NFC playoffs is going to be pretty much run through the NFC West. I got the Cardinals, the 49ers, and then Atlanta out the South. All right, fellas, let's keep it pushing, man. Scruff, who you got coming out the NFC?
Man, who I got coming out of the whole thing? I mean, honestly, this is the deepest the NFC has ever been. I'm looking at I'm really having a hard time picking these wild card teams, man. There's probably 5 or 6 teams I could probably really pick. A couple of them teams you mentioned, sleeper is not bad. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say my favorite coming out the East. I mean, the NFC right now. I gotta go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's my favorites right now coming out the East. I gotta think that right now what they got going on. I mean, I've watched this game play out so many times, man. I've watched these seasons play out so many times, countless times, and I've seen them all play out in the way where Tom Brady ends up milking the clock and handling his business and getting a big dub. And now he's actually got a whole weapon team. He's got the whole dream team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Brady over Breeze, no question. First of all, Drew Brees and Tom Brady, it's not really a comparison, man. There's levels to it. He's in the you could compare Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers, but you cannot compare Drew Brees and Tom Brady, man. Tom Brady's gonna go get it. So he got great weapons, man. He's got the best receivers he's had in probably his entire career in terms of a total group. He's got the studs in the backfield. I like Tampa Bay to come out the NFC, especially in the South. So that's my favorites. I also like the Eagles to come out the East, man. I don't even think there's a potential showdown there between Dallas and NFC. I mean, for the Eagles for the NFC East, but we all know what it's going to come down to for Dallas. And ultimately, the only real knock I have on Dallas is the defense and leadership and defense. So, it's going to be on Dak Prescott to really come in and win those key games. If he can come out and he can go, let's say 4-2 in the division, maybe they got a shot at it, but I don't know. Ultimately, how you handle the East is going to come down to who's going to win the division. And I like the Eagles to win the division, man. Also, I like the Packers, keeping it green. I like Green Bay on another division winner this year. I like Aaron Rodgers with a super big chip on his shoulder. That's going to be a tough division though, because the Vikings defense is stout, probably top 5 unit in the entire league. So yeah, those are my 4 division winners. Wild card teams, Vikings, right there. Top 5 defense in the league, crazy stacked on paper. They did lose Stephon Diggs, but they bring in Justin Jefferson, who, if y'all remember, I was pretty high on. In the right system, he'll be a beast. I like Justin Jefferson out the gate. We're going to talk fantasy football later, but that's a week 1 sleeper that you might want to keep an eye on for. I also like the 49ers. They got a pretty good defense, and they were just there. So I like the 49ers probably creeping in with a wild card. I don't see them winning more than 10, 11 games, though. It ain't going to be too crazy. And then last spot, it's going to come down to the Saints and the Cowboys, bro. And I'm going to go with the Cowboys on this. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, the Cowboys got a little bit more talent. And Drew Brees, karma cometh, serveth. And I think you're going to get served a full plate of humble pie this season, Drew. So go ahead and get used to the dirt. And that's my NFC predictions.
All right, G. I'm gonna throw it to you on this one, man. Let's hear your NFC predictions.
I'm gonna just get the East out the way, and I'm gonna agree with Scrub. I don't hate, but to say potential duel. Nah, come on, this is gonna be a duel for that division. I believe whoever's coming out the NFC East is gonna be a 9 and a 9-8 team, I think, this year, right? Yeah, a 9-8 team that's coming out of the division. There's only one team coming out of the division. Let's get that out the way. All right, and NFC South. It's crazy how Scruff just said Dream Team. Hey, Mr. Dream Team, how did that work out for you guys when you guys allegedly assembled the Dream Team?
Yeah, difference is we ain't have Tom Brady, man. You can't have the Dream Team had MJ and all them. We talking about Tom Brady, man. We talking about Tom Brady. We ain't talking about Donovan McNabb or whoever was on that team.
All right, look, let's be realistic, fellas. History
Isaiah Thomas wasn't on the Dream Team.
And I don't think Tampa Bay is winning that division. I got the Saints, man. The Saints are gonna hold down the fort still, and they're gonna come out and win that division. I don't care how much you guys dislike Drew Brees or how much whatever y'all think about it. We're talking about Alvin Kamara and can't guard me, Thomas. Come on now, those two duos. See any duo that whatever the hell Tampa Bay is trying to rescue. Let alone the Saints defense is just it's better than Tampa Bay's defense. And now we're talking about. I think this is the year that the Saints should at least go to the Super Bowl. Hold on to that. So I got the Saints winning. And NFC North, I'm gonna go with the Vikings because that defense is fucking legit. Pardon my French. That defense is legit. The Vikings defense is legit, and that's the one kryptonite that Green Bay has. They don't have a proper defense to sustain games for Aaron Rodgers. Like Aaron Rodgers is still a bad man, but it's just like look at what the Green Bay did with the first pick overall. They picked up a rookie quarterback that's from reports that he's doing terrible in camp when they had a better chance of picking up some kind of receiver or something. So now I think the Vikings are going to win the division. And when we're talking about the NFC West, I'm going to go with Seattle on this one. I think it's Russell Wilson's year to finally win an MVP. I'm sure my man is tired of seeing all these young guns taking his vote. And then for my wild cards, I'm going to stay in the NFC West. I'm going to go with the Rams. I'm going to go with the 49ers. And yeah, bro. We're talking about the Rams that wasn't so far ago just in the Super Bowl. I get it. Last year they didn't make the playoffs, but that's still a stacked Ram team. That defense is still good enough. They might be lacking in a receiver part. Even then, Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods, those are still good A1 receivers. If as long as they can stay healthy, and then all they need is just a decent running back. So I still got the Rams as my wild card, and my final wild card is going to be Tom Brady and the boys, because God knows. I think the Tampa Bay has a slim chance of making it, but we'll see.
Hey, Bryce, before I kick it to you, man, to wrap this NFC predictions up, man, I just want to say you boys picking the Saints, so wildin', man. The Saints will not make the playoffs this season. I'm telling you that now. Bryce, man, go ahead and give us your NFC predictions. We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. Let Bryce give his predictions. I want to hear if anyone else thinks these Saints is making the playoffs, Bryce. If you don't mind, if you could start in the NFC South.
All right, man. Well, let's start in the South. And I think we're going to have a classic matchup between Brady and Breeze. Brady
and Breeze.
And Brady and Breeze. There's a tongue twister for you. Hey, but yeah, man. I think it's going to come down to the wire in that division. We're talking about two of the best quarterbacks to ever do it. I think that Scruff was a little hard on Breeze there. I mean, I know he hasn't had the greatest look in public perspective right now, but hey, look, Breeze is maybe top 5 quarterback of all time, and I don't think he gets enough respect as that when it comes to all-time ranking. Breeze is great, Brady's great, but I think the Saints get this division mainly because I think the continuity is something you just can't replace, man. I mean, you guys think they're just going to come in, the Tampa Bay is going to come in and just throw this squad together in one season? I don't know, man. You could be getting ahead of yourself. The Saints have been doing it. They've got a philosophy. They've got a scheme. They've got a system. It's not just about Breeze. They throw Taysom Hill in there. He gets yards. You know what I mean? Alvin Kamara, one of the best dual threat running backs in the league. Can't guard Mike. Might be the best receiver right now. I don't know, man. I got to stick with the Saints on that. Moving on to the NFC East, man, the division we all hold very near and dear. I got to give it to the Cowboys. I hate to do it, but, right now they're the most well-rounded team, in my opinion. Now, really, one of the problems with the Cowboys, I think everyone knows, is their defense, man. I don't know who's supposed to I don't see that front. I think that front is an issue. They don't have that same front that could penetrate and get linebackers gaps. I mean, I know they got my boy on the edge, DeMarcus Lawrence, but he can't do it by himself, man. I'm worried about that front for the Cowboys, and I do think that the Giants and the Redskins, I think, will both turn some heads in that division, especially because those interdivision battles are always great competition. So moving on, man. One of the most interesting divisions in football. This to me is the best division in football this year. I said it was an NFC North. I said it was the AFC North, best division in the AFC. Well, the best division in football is the NFC West, and it's not even close. And believe it or not, guys, I got a surprise sleeper team coming out the West. It'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking the NFC West this year, coming in by surprise. Just hear me out.
You said taking the division, not wild card?
Not wild card, taking the division. You heard me right. It's going to be a slugfest in that division. Those guys can be handing each other L's. Now, let's talk about the Cardinals, man. I think Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray got something special brewing. Very, very special. You throw in the most quarterback-friendly receiver in the league in DeAndre Hopkins, Kyler Murray's about to have a field day, man. All you got to do is throw it close. DeAndre's coming down with it. This could be one of the makings of one of the best pairings in the league when it comes to Kyler Murray and D-Hop. I think it's going to be very bright days for the Cardinals, and I think it starts this season. Moving on to the South. I'm sorry, the North. Vikings, man. G said it right, man. They got the best defense, bro. Defense wins championships. I don't think they're winning the championship, but defense in this case will get them the division winner. When it comes to wild cards, man, I think the rest of the wild card teams all come from the NFC West. That division is just too tough, man. I think every team from the West, since it's going to be 3 wild cards, every team from the West in the playoff this year. If it happens, just call me the new Stradamus, man.
First of all, the Rams. I'm gonna address a couple things on this. I just want to jump in. The Rams are making the playoffs, and 3 teams. That's just not gonna happen. But the Rams are gonna make the playoffs. Matter of fact, G, I got a prediction that the Rams will be in the top 10 in the draft this year. I don't see it.
Man, you don't believe in Sean McVay?
I believe in Sean McVay. I believe in a lot of great coaches, but coaches come up and down, man, and rosters. You lose your window, man. I don't see the talent on that roster, especially with unless they have one of those running backs emerge. That's the cornerstone of their system, and that's what really got things going. So until they get that running back situation where it's like they have an elite guy, that's why they were doing so good. And I don't know what y'all keep sipping this Kool-Aid with the Saints. Like, how many years in a row do y'all expect this window just to stay wide open for these guys? Eventually, the window's going to close. Like, how many years y'all going to be waiting on the Saints to come marching in, man? I'm tired of waiting on these guys. It's over. I'm tired of it. Every year, they're like the Houston Rockets of the NFL, man. Every year they find a way. Every year they find a way.
They've been a play away. They've been a play away a couple seasons, man. They've been a play away a couple seasons straight, man, from really making some noise. I think last year, if Drew Brees doesn't get hurt, we could have very well seen the Saints in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, man.
Yeah.
Hey, to piggyback off Scruff real quick.
Saints are 5-time champions in the world of what if.
Two big reasons the Saints ain't making the playoffs. Number one, like he said, that window ain't staying open forever. Breeze is getting older. He got hurt, let's not forget, because he hit his thumb on someone's helmet, bro. Like, this is football. You're going to get more contact. If you already falling apart like that, you just falling apart. It's done. That's number one. Number two is the COVID effect. A big reason why the Saints are so dominant is because they destroy people at home. They take people's souls at home. That dome is not going to be rocking like it normally is, man. That home field advantage is not going to be anywhere near the same, man. I'm not even sure if the Saints are allowed to have fans or if they're doing fans or a certain percentage or not. But I know it's not going to be a full packed stadium, sold out, screaming, going crazy. So even if they do make the playoffs, which I don't believe they will, they're not going to have that home field advantage like they normally do, man. I think the Saints are about to fall off this season. Every year we have a team that comes up. Every year we have a team that falls off. The Saints are falling off. But real quick, man, let's end this one on the Super Bowl predictions, man. The NFC championship game. This is who I got. Seahawks, Packers. Russell Wilson makes it to yet another Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers fails to get to yet another Super Bowl. Both their legacies will be changed forever after this season. But I got Russ making it to the Super Bowl, and his opponent will be none other than, well, first let me break down the AFC Championship. I got the Patriots and the Chiefs. Cam versus Pat Mahomes. So Russ's opponent in the Super Bowl, Cam Newton. That's right. The Patriots. Not only is Scruff, man, you pointed this out earlier a couple weeks ago. Cam is on an MVP mission. He's gonna prove it, man. Bill Belichick is on another mission to prove that he can do it without Tom Brady. He has the complete opposite quarterback of Tom Brady now. Complete different style, different personality, different everything. It couldn't be more different. Both these dudes on a whole nother mission, and it's about legacy with both of them. So I got the Seahawks versus the Patriots in the Super Bowl, a rematch. And the Patriots are going to get it again, man. Cam gets his Super Bowl ring this year. You heard it here first. We're going to be revisiting these predictions about halfway through the season. But I'm telling you right now, I don't care if the Patriots are 2-6 halfway through the season. I'm sticking with this prediction. Cam is getting his Super Bowl ring this year. You heard it here first. Fellas, feel free to jump in, man. I'm going to toss this one up.
I got, for my Super Bowl prediction, I got Seattle versus, I want to say the Chiefs, but my dark horse will have to be, who besides the Chiefs, besides, let's not pick the Chiefs because we all know the Chiefs have the greatest chance, right? I want to say Lamar Jackson in the Ravens, but Lamar Jackson can't get out the first round, man. He has yet to shown us he could get out the first round. So, damn, what other team besides the Chiefs? Seattle versus, I don't want to say the Raiders. That's crazy. But I want to say, why not Seattle versus the Titans?
Titans ain't making it.
Good
pick, though. It's a good pick, though.
Took so long to come up with that trash take. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's painful to watch.
Any given Sunday. And now let's see you pick the Eagles versus who, Nick?
First of all, I'm not gonna predict that. If that happens, it's gonna happen because it's just a lightning in the bottle moment, like it happened before. I did not pick that to happen. I'll tell you that much. Anybody tells you they picked the Eagles,
Nobody did.
They lying to you, bro. They lying to you. They lying to you. But yeah, Spur. I got a similar outlook as Rome, to be honest. But I got the Seahawks more or less coming out in the NFC against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think the Bucks are going to get there, and I like the showdown. I think it's the same thing you picked actually. I think I like the Patriots against the Chiefs, and I like Belichick, and I think they got a quarterback that can duel with Patrick Mahomes, and I think that they're gonna get one. So I think it's gonna be a showdown. That's what I'm building up for. Tampa Bay against New England.
I like
the
it.
Pupil and the pupil and the hoodie. Man, you feel me? Who's the real GOAT? Head to head. And I like your take, man. I'm running the same way. I like Cam Newton to get his first ring, and for the Patriots, evil dynasty to continue on. And Tom going to say it ain't always green on the other side, baby.
Hey, man, that's a hell of a prediction right there. I can't lie. That's a storybook ending. That's very cute, Scrub. Very sweet, man. That's nice. Storybook ending. But I see it a little differently, man. On the NFC side, I got the Seahawks and I got the Niners. I think those two teams, man. I think in the next 5 years in NFC, man, those are two of your teams that you're looking at being the cream of the crop, year in year out. They just happen to be in the same division. So I think we have a division showdown for the NFC Championship. And I got the Seahawks coming out on top of that. I think Russell Wilson, man, in my opinion, I know everybody loves Mahomes, but in my opinion, Russell Wilson's still the best quarterback in the NFL right now. So moving on to the Texans versus the Chiefs. That is my prediction on the other side, man. Like I said, for the Seahawks and the Niners, I think that those two teams are going to be balanced for the next 5 years. I think these two quarterbacks in the AFC are going to have legendary matchups for the next 10, maybe even 15 years. Of course, that's Deshaun Watson and Pat Mahomes, man. It's going to get legendary when it comes to those two fellas, man. As long as they both stay on that side of the league, man, it's going to get crazy. And, I'm telling you right now, man, Deshaun Watson going to come out on top of some of those. And It's gonna sound crazy, but I think this is the season, man. I think they're gonna have a late run. I think he's gonna get in there versus the Chiefs in the championship. And if they do, I like Deshaun Watson's chances because I think he's learned from his mistakes in the past. Big lead on the Chiefs. Let it go. I don't think he'll let that happen again. I got Seahawks going against the Texans for the Super Bowl, and I got the Seahawks grabbing it. Russell Wilson gets another one.
Seahawks, Texans. Okay. All right. So just so we're all on the record, right? I'm going Patriots over the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Bryce, you just said
I went Seahawks over the Texans.
Seahawks over the Texans. Nick's going Patriots over the Bucks. And G, you said the Titans are going to beat the Seahawks?
No, the Titans are going to meet the Seahawks, and the Seahawks beat the Titans.
All right, so it looks like a bunch of Seahawks fans in here, man. We got a lot of Seahawks making it to the Super Bowl. Cam Newton might be winning it. Who knows, man? I like these predictions, though, fellas. We're definitely going to have to double back to this around week 8, week 9, see who's still on the right path, man. T in here, 49ers Chiefs 2.0. T, I know you want that rematch, man. I know you want that rematch. Just hold that L still. Hold that L.
Hey, one thing about these predictions, man, is every year in the Super Bowl is a team that you didn't really expect. Like last year, man, coming into the season, nobody would have said the Niners. Maybe T might say he would have said it. But nobody else would have said the Niners in the Super Bowl, man. It just really wasn't on the radar. And I think that's what we're going to see again this season. That's why I kind of picked the Texans. I feel like every year we get a surprise team, man. You never know who it's going to be.
Let's see, watch.
Yeah,
the Titans.
The Titans, where it's crazy, bro. Crazy. The Titans, man.
I can see it. I can see it, man. I can see it.
Hey. I know your Derrick Henry loving self can see it, bro, but Ryan Tannehill is not a Super Bowl quarterback. That's just the fact of the matter.
I don't necessarily agree, but you got 3 teams in the playoffs in the wild card, man. And you know this NFL tournament. It's not like the NBA Finals we about to talk about. It's not like you know which teams are going to go. You can never know. Somebody going on a lucky run, just like the Eagles did. Scruff mentioned earlier about the lucky run they went on. It could happen. It could happen, man.
This is true.
It's not lucky. It was unlucky. It was lightning in a bottle. It was buying in. You got to buy into the culture, man. Speaking of that, we're going to that transitions me into a dying culture, a death of, man. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm about to go on a rant, man. But yo. How you the defensive player of the year and you're the MVP and you're just accepting these trophies in the process of you getting gentlemanly swept out of the playoffs, man? The Bucks, man. What's going on with the Bucks, man? We came on the show last week. Me and G, we must have been seeing the future. But yeah, I said Bucks. I said that Bucks were going to lose in 6. He said a sweep. We went right in the middle. The Bucks are now officially out of the playoffs. Sayonara. Book that trip to Cabo for me, Giannis. Bring the baby too. Yo, I don't know what y'all thinking about right now with the Bucks, man. Is it so? I'll leave it out there because I know everybody's wondering the same question. Is because when a team like that loses, you got a superstar. The first thing everybody is looking, it's just like they want to break up a happy home, man. It's the home records that are out. Everybody's got the jersey swaps going on. Shoot, I haven't seen the jersey swap, but they had the Heat. They had thrown the Heat jersey on top of Giannis' baby, man. Heat fans are another breed, man. But yo, how do you fix the Bucks, or do you not fix them? Does Giannis need to leave? Bryce, I'd love to hear your opinion on this. What's the answer, man?
Well, it's twofold in my opinion. First answer is if he stays, right? If he stays, Giannis has to add something to his game. What he has to add is he has to add some sort of half-court component to his game, whether it's a step back, mid-range, whether it's a post game, or whether it's a few dribble moves in the half court to get to the rack. The problem with Giannis is if he's not going a million miles an hour, it's tough for him to get buckets. And when the game gets slowed down, he gets lethargic. And when he gets lethargic, he makes mistakes. And they capitalize on that all series long. Now, if he does decide to leave, I can't blame him. You know why? Because all his teammates do is sit back and watch the Giannis show. It's like they sitting back eating the popcorn, waiting for Giannis to dunk on somebody, waiting for Giannis to get the rebound. I don't got to jump and get the rebound because Giannis is going to get it. You know how you know that's a fact? Because as soon as Giannis went out the game, everybody woke up. It was like everybody looked. It was like, oh yeah, we basketball players too. And I think that's what can happen when you have a tantalizing talent like Giannis, who can do so many things on the floor. Maybe it's on him a little bit, but those guys around him, they got to find ways to be involved and not be so passive when Giannis is, when they're looking for Giannis to be the takeover guy. At the end of the day, it's a team game. I don't think the Bucks had that team basketball down in the half court, and that was their demise. So one of those two things got to give.
Yeah, they definitely were keying in on him, man. That you make some good points. So you think they can salvage the things in Milwaukee? Bottom line, you think that Giannis has some growing to do?
I think they can salvage it because I do still think that Giannis has not reached. He's nowhere near his ceiling. It's not like a LeBron situation where a guy is almost eclipsed his ceiling. So it's like you got to get out of there while you still got feeling like you still got time, or maybe a KD situation. I don't think it's like that. I think Giannis still has areas to grow his game, and I think that Giannis can get it done with the Bucks. Don't get me wrong; they're gonna have to bring some pieces in, but Giannis is gonna still have to add something to his game, especially in that half court, man. He can't just keep getting stagnant in the half court the way he did in that series with the Heat. Credit to Eric Spoelstra, great defensive-minded coach, but they made that look a little too easy containing the MVP.
Yeah, no, they did, man. And the crazy thing about Giannis's game is, man, because it's like it's built on a drive and dash situation, and you got the spread out, and they're counting on those shooters so much. It's almost like he needs a Robin, and I don't know if Chris Middleton is necessarily it, but I know you're not gonna let me down. So what do you think about how the Bucks should move forward, or how Giannis should move forward? Do you think Giannis should jet from Milwaukee, or do you think he should hold it down and try to build it in Milwaukee?
See, the fan in me in the NBA, in this new NBA era, will say go, leave somewhere else. But to be honest with you, I think it's coaching. Like, the coach went through the same dilemma last year with the Raptors. He didn't do shit after game one. It's just like, all right, you got that one win, but then teams figured them out. You're talking about last year's Nick Nurse, first time NBA coach. He whoops your ass. Not even the fact that he just whoops your ass as a coach. He out coaches you, a first year coach. Come on now. I personally think Giannis is the kind of player. We saw what happened when his relationship with Jason Kidd and how he felt. So I'm sure he's the player's coach. So he doesn't want to see his coach goes away. So he'll take the fault. But come on now, man. I blame the coaching staff for this. Like, are you kidding me? You got Jimmy Butler. Not to say I bigged up Miami and the crew, but like, come on now. Like, you got who you're picking, Giannis or Jimmy Butler, to carry your team. We all could agree with taking Giannis, right? Shit, it looked like someone gave some superpowers to Jimmy, and Jimmy went all out. So I basically blame the coaching staff on this one. I think the Bucks need to get a new coaching staff, give Giannis someone that can either nurse him to be a better player, or to take whatever they got now and make it better. Because right now that team, they're good during the regular season, but mind you, we all could agree to this, right? Playoff basketball slows down more defensively because you're seeing these players for the next 4 to 5 games, to 7 if you go to 7 games. So you knowing how players play, you tend to pick up certain tendencies that they have. So I blame the coaching staff on this gentleman's sweep. So this should have actually been a 7-game series. Instead, we only got the extra 5 because I guess Miami wanted to be a little generous. They didn't want to see the Bucks go out like that, like chumps. Damn, they went out like chumps.
Hey, and to piggyback off G's point, man, they did go out like chumps, man. So I don't know what the future holds for Giannis or what exactly Milwaukee should do, but I know what I don't want to hear, and that's this man being compared to the GOAT. Don't put this man in the conversation with GOAT James, bruh. Don't do it, bruh. I don't even really want to hear Giannis talked about with the other top tier players, really, man. Like, yeah. And I could get into this with a few guys, man, but like, when you have the talent and you don't win, it means nothing to me. When you stuff the stat sheet and you don't win, it means nothing to me. Giannis could be MVP, and then to get gentlemen swept by a team that and we should be giving more credit to the Heat because they were highly underrated coming into all this. Coming into the bubble, people weren't banging the drum for the Heat, and here they are beating the team with the MVP, man. So the way that I see this is Giannis I'm not going to say he can't be it, but he's not it right now. He's not it right now. He has the talent to be it, but he's not there yet. And that's what this showed me. So if I was Milwaukee, man, I wouldn't give up on him. I would try to, like y'all saying, build around him, bring some pieces in. He's obviously got to work on his game and all that, but this is the kind of thing where I feel like as fans and as basketball spectators, people crowned him too soon.
Yeah. I don't know. I couldn't disagree with more with you, Rome, to be honest. Cause like the thing about Giannis is you talking about he got the help. He don't got the help, man. He don't really got the help. I'm gonna be honest with you. The way his team is right now kind of reminds me of the teams that LeBron had early on in Cleveland, like them Delonte West, Mo Williams situations. That's basically what he's got. He's got a whole bunch of Delonte West, Mo Williams, Brook Lopez. These guys are like, marginal guys. You got like Kyle Korvers of the world. Pat Connaughton's, like, man, these guys are scrubs, man. They're Milwaukee Bucks players, and y'all kind of make me sick, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. Y'all make me sick, man. Like, for real, y'all disgust me because I'm trying to stir up the narrative. I'm trying to get this man out of town, and y'all over here, oh, let's work it out, let's hug it out, kumbaya, fire the coach. Oh, yeah. Nah, man. I want to keep that same energy when y'all trying to split up Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid.
Oh, my God.
But no, for real, though. For real, though. I don't even, let's not make it about that.
Oh, my
seriously,
God.
though. Y'all talking about the Bucks, man. I don't think it's even a question if the Bucks are going to give up on Giannis. If the Bucks have any type of decent run management team, they're going to bow to Giannis's feet. The Bucks aren't going to give up on Giannis. Is Giannis going to give up on the Bucks? That's what's about to go down. And he's about to be tired of this jump. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start the narrative since y'all didn't want to do it for me. Yo, Giannis needs to get out of there, man. He needs to go ahead and go to a major market, man. He tired, man. Milwaukee ain't going. It's not. You want to play with the Bucks players? That's cool, but you're be dealing with a whole bunch of scrubs. He needs to go to a major market. Personally, I already got the story. Actually, I got a little story. I'm gonna tell a little storytelling session. So back in the draft, the year Giannis was getting drafted, I was actually interning in New York City. I was telling T the story on Twitter. I was interning in New York City. I was there on the day of the draft. I was with the Oprah magazine at the time. Shout out Oprah. Shout out Gail. Yeah, I was draft day. I seen this dude walking down the city, Madison Square Garden, the train station. I'm trying to get back before the draft. I mean, y'all know me, Sixers fan. This lottery, this prime time process season. So I seen this dude 6'10" walking up in New York City, baby face. I said, "Yo, you here for the draft?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm here for the draft." I said, "Yo, what's your name?" And he said, "Yo, my name is Giannis." I'm just like, what? I said, "Yeah, all right, dog." Yeah, all right, dog. I'm gonna keep a lookout for you, though. I'm thinking like this. Just I don't know who he is. International dude.
He does not represent us.
If I see him, I see him. Now. Sure as shit, 10th pick in the draft. Here he comes. I'm like, yo, that's the dude I seen at the train station, bro. So I'm bringing you to the story just to bring it back to Giannis needs to get out of Milwaukee, and there's no better place for Giannis to reign supreme than the fallen empire of the New York Knicks. Come on, man. Bring Giannis to the Big Apple. Bring Giannis to the Big Apple.
You just said he needs to stop playing with scrubs and stuff, man. Like, so now he's gonna be the one to carry the Knicks up out of wherever the hell they falling. Come on, man.
Hey, Ron.
They're trying to make a throne in Milwaukee. They need a real throne. Go ahead and claim the Iron Throne.
This guy literally named the only situation worse than possibly being on the Bucks.
Yeah, you had me, man.
He gonna name to tell the guy on the Bucks to go to, man. Horrible advice.
Nah, yo.
How did it work, Melo?
Somebody call out World Wild West, bro. I'm telling you, I'm predicting it right now. I'll tell you right now. He need to go after. There's two superstars right now that are in sorry situations, in sorry towns. And they need to go. If you're World Wild West, if you're listening, you better call up Donovan Mitchell.
You're talking about Ben Simmons and
pair them up. Pair them up. Donovan Mitchell and Giannis in New York. Book it. 2021. Let's make it happen. World Wide West. You hearing me, bro?
Hey, yo, Nick, hold on.
I hope Giannis doesn't make that mistake.
You know Mitchell's about to sign an extension, right? To Utah, right? So that's not happening. And now, why would you send him to James Dolan? Like, bro, what? I would have felt better if you would have said, "Come join us Sixers." Yeah, fuck it, why not? Yeah, that would have
we
been a
don't
cake
need
bake to
that.
me.
We got floor spacing issues as is. We don't need more of that. I'm just
Bro,
saying, man.
you
You
said
need
the
a you
Knicks.
if you
The
you
Knicks.
need a king. If you're a king, you need the right throne, man. You need
Yeah,
to
I'd rather
claim the
go to
Iron
South Beach
Throne.
in Florida, where you got some shooters and you got Jimmy Butler. That's the best.
Bill,
That's
you
the
know what I'm
best
saying? If he
destination
goes,
for him. Like, come on now, he goes to Miami. The team that just whooped his ass. They got some young shooters, and he got Jimmy Butler and Spoelstra.
if he
What?
did that, he'd be more punk than they were saying KD was. Straight up. If he do that, that'd be the punkest move I ever seen. It's way worse than KD.
Ah, man. Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
joining
Seems
up.
to
You
be
know
the
this shit's
seems to be the
bad.
wave. Seems to be the
That's
wave.
corny. That's corny. No, Giannis, you want to do it? Go ahead, go somewhere else, bro. But just build up and go to a team that's actually got the money and,
What
and the
you want
resources in the market.
what you want him to do is start from the rock bottom once again with another team like he just did.
Yeah, with the most sorriest team in the league. Yeah, Knicks, y'all suck. I hate y'all
I'm
scrubs.
saying he could build. He has a blank slate, a canvas to build whatever he wants. Giannis empire. You got to see
With
the
James Dolan,
possibilities, man.
bro. With James Dolan. Come on now, brother. Come
All
on.
right,
James
fellas,
Dolan doesn't play on the basketball court, man. But yo,
let's keep it going. What
Raptors, Celtics. You know what
Raptors
time it is.
Celtics? Yeah, Bryce, man. What's going on with these Raptors, bro?
Hey,
You
man.
had the early pick.
Yeah. And I still think this series is going 7, man. Raptors definitely packed it in last game. They didn't even show up. I think maybe like one dude on their team showed up, maybe two. Kyle Lowry, like he was awake in the second quarter. I think Marcus Gasol took the third quarter. They basically assigned the player. They didn't all want to show up at the same time. But this is one of those series, man, where the game's going to be unpredictable. Next game, we could see the very same thing happen, but on the opposite end, we could see the Raptors dominate the Celtics next game, and I don't put that past them. So I still think this series goes 7, and it'll come down to the wire in the 7th game. I think both of these teams kind of know what to expect from each other. I just think the Celtics got out to a hot start last time, and it was too much for the Raptors to overcome. They couldn't fight back, and I expect a similar game in the Raptors' favor. In Game 7 is going to be the real showdown.
Yeah, it's gonna be a showdown. I got the Celtics though in this series, man. I don't know if it's gonna be in 6 or 7. I agree with you, Bryce. It's one of them night and day situations. I really hate series like that where it's like one game's competitive and the next game's like a blowout. It's like when they took a when one thing I'll tell you about the Raptors, when they took L's, they got their money's worth. They took whole L's. But I like the Celtics in the series because, like you said, when it comes down to showdown, I said this last show. I don't see the clutch showdown players on the Raptors, but I do see them on the Celtics. I see big time. I see dogs and I see stars in the making. So I got Celtics winning this series definitely, and you'll see them in the finals. So
Yeah, man, I got the Celtics in 6 in this one, man. It's looking like it. Honestly, Bryce, I like your analysis of it, man. Like, and that's kind of where I'm leaning towards Boston because the Raptors are too. I don't know what I'm gonna get from them. You know what I mean? And I know what I'm gonna get from Boston. So I feel like the safe bet is to ride with Boston.
definitely, G.
We're gonna just close out the series now. I'm gonna say Boston in 6, which is next game, right? It's over, baby. Them young boys came out. They heard all that talk from the Raptors. Said, "Oh, y'all should never gave us that jump shot, that 3-pointer. Look at us, we're back." And then Game 5, and they got their asses chewed out. Nah, man, it's over, man. The Celtics in Miami, baby.
Hey, man, if the Raptors win, I feel like Bryce gonna come on and start flexing big, bro.
It ain't over. It ain't over
If
yet,
the
fellas.
Raptors win, Bryce's hairline coming back. That ain't happening.
Speaking of hairlines, that's a great way to transition to the last but not least on the NBA tip. We talking about LA. We talking about LeBron.
Yeah. Hey, they say you can't see the hairline when you wear your crown.
We talking about two contrasting hairlines. We talking about Paul George. No funny shit. Y'all ever seen Paul George hairline, yo? Next time y'all watching the Clippers, pay attention. It's like literally he could lend LeBron 3 inches and they both have good hairlines. Like this man's hairline come up to like right here. Nah, but seriously though, who's the best team in LA right now? Right now we got the Clippers up 2-1. not a foregone conclusion that they're going to come out, but Nuggets giving that heat. They're holding it down, and then right now we got the Lakers actually. They're actually right now going head to head with the Rockets, looking like they're pulling ahead. Might be 2-1 at the end of this show. Get fellas, who's the best team in LA? Keep it as simple as that. Jump off.
Lakers.
Lakers, baby. Lake show.
Definitely LA Lakers. Man. But Kawhi does some things sometimes that just make you feel like no matter what series he's in, he got a shot. Because, like, I don't know if y'all saw the middle finger block.
Yeah.
It's the same middle finger I'm going to give G right now. But, that middle finger block was something serious, man. I really could not believe this dude blocked a shot with his middle finger, bro. Like, that's almost unbelievable. Hey, a lot of y'all middle finger would have snapped.
Yeah.
They got strong fingers though, for real. Like, you know, that's was named for. You named the claw, literally. Man, them long fingers actually came in handy. But yo, I don't know how y'all see it any other way. I get it. Everybody, I love the king, man. But yo, the king can be the king. But yo, I don't know, man. It's hard for me not to say the Clippers are the best team in LA. Because if you look it down to it, man, the Lakers. The one thing that concerns me about the Lakers, it's not LeBron. It ain't AD. It ain't the coaching staff. They got everything else right there in place. Two things that concern me about the Lakers is these guys that they got on the perimeter shooting their shots. They're just like stiffs. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they're like literally interchangeably missing depending on the night. You don't know who's going to go missing on any given night. Them guys are rotating faces on milk cartons. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's the thing that concerns me about the Lakers. The one thing I know about the Clippers is they are deep as fuck, and their rotation of guards and forwards is just so extensive. They got LeBron. They got LeBron stoppers for days. First of all, they got Kawhi. They got Paul George. They got Marcus Morris. They got bodies they could throw on LeBron, and they have literally their guard talent is just so much better than the Lakers' guard talent. It's not even funny. Like the Lakers really start Danny Green and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in their backcourt. Like that's kind of, I don't know, man. That's sorry, bro. That's not a championship backcourt. So like, nah, man. The Clippers are the best team in LA, and the time will tell, and y'all will see.
LeBron is running away with this whole bubble thing, bro.
I'm about to say LeBron have made Matthew Dellavedova a championship backcourt, man. So it don't matter who's back there. It's LeBron.
Hey, we can't talk basketball and not talk about what LeBron's been doing to Russell Westbrook, bro. LeBron has been embarrassing this man, bro. He's supposed to be one of the best players in the league, man. Come on.
They said it's because Bronny.
That's another conversation.
They said Bronny said Russ was his favorite player, so LeBron just turned it on. my son's favorite. I can't go out like that, yo.
How, first of all, that's I know you're not supposed to be beating your kids, but that's worth a beating, my friend. How you Russell Westbrook your favorite player? Your dad's a champion.
And Russell Westbrook is like the turnover king. LeBron only makes the right play. LeBron will only make the right play. Russell is guaranteed to make the wrong play at least 10 times a game.
Yeah, Russell is literally the anti-LeBron. Like, I don't know. Bronny, you got to do better. It's time to head to the corner. It's time to head to the corner, to the bodega. What's going on the fantasy football specials? How you feeling? It's week 1. It is officially
week
Christmas.
1, baby. It's week 1, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the fantasy corner. Where you can have whatever you want, whenever you want, as long as you pick the right plays, baby.
Hey.
Hey. I don't know if I want to go to that corner, fellas. I think I'm good on that.
You can go over there, your stiff-ass corner over there. You can come to this one, come to this side. Where only champions win, and where you could come out and let them know. But all right, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, it's the first week in fantasy football. There's really not too much to talk about as long as you drafted correctly and listen to us when we gave you guys some hints to how you should draft and where you should be. This is the week where you should talk the most trash to all your opponents. And this week in our Keepers League, I have the partner to my right, Rome. Rome, this week you about to see a lot of L's, man. Not even just for me, but you about to get one from every corner, every direction down your way. But besides that, let's get back to the action. For me today, this weekend, this is my sleeper. By now, everybody's The team should look stacked on paper. For me, week one for me has always been my sleep has always been defense because you never know how your defense is gonna chuck it out. Whether they're gonna give you at least 10 points or just give you a 0 or fucking a negative point and just have a bad weekend. Fuck it. We'll open until Monday if you still have players playing until Monday. But my sleeper this week are the Colts' defense. When they get to see the Jaguars, where they have, I don't even know who's their quarterback, let alone who's their fucking first string or second string and running back. Shit, they don't even have a defense to play. So you know the Colts' defense are about to come out and just take whatever they want. About to just rob them of their own will, rob them of everything. Shit. About to take the first place of whoever their kids are for the Jaguars. I don't know. Shit, they're about to steal their coach. They're about to steal their paycheck. It doesn't even matter. If you have the coach laying in your waiver wires, take them. They're gonna. I guarantee that I put my money behind it. Put my name behind it. I think the Colts defense is gonna give you at least 10 of 20 points, depending on how fucking that game is gonna look. Because I don't see the Jaguars giving you more than like 5 points. And that's like what, a safety at best maybe on like the last second play and a kick. I don't see the Jaguar mustering up many points in this game.
I like it, man. Hey, I got a sleeper for you too, man. But mine comes from the Jaguars, man. If you don't know about James Robinson is a dog, man. He was just named the Jaguars starting running back. One thing I know about a Jay Gruden-led offense, he wouldn't name a starting running back unless they could catch the ball out the backfield. So expect James Robinson to be ready to get some targets as well.
You just said Jay Gruden. Hold on, pause. Jay Gruden, the guy that did you guys so dirty for the last 3 years. Yeah. Now you gonna talk about him? Oh my God!
He's offensive coordinator of the Jaguars, and he loves to throw the ball to the backs out the backfield. So any starting running back he ever starts, man, they're going to be getting at least a few targets, man. He tried to turn stone hands into pass catchers a few times. So I know this guy, James Robinson, will get targets. He's got the starting running back job. He's in a lot of leagues, waiver wires right now. So if you can grab him, go grab him. You can have yourself a stud for many years to come, especially if you're in a dynasty league because he's only a rookie. So, yeah, get on top of that.
Okay. Nice.
Some good fantasy advice, man. I like it.
Nice little gem.
Yeah. Stay away. Jay Gruden is his coach.
Speaking of gems, though, let's move along, man, and give some of our gems for the summer in our "What Are You Listening To" segment, man. You guys know usually we got the "What Are You Watching" segment. This week we're bringing you "What Are You Listening To." Each panelist will give you 3 fire songs for the summer, and we're gonna figure out this gas sports for the culture playlist right now to end off the summer, man. So I'm gonna kick it to my guy, top left, Scrub Lion. Let's hear it, man. 3 songs for the summer.
All right. So I got to kick it off with my boy, Big Sean. Just dropped the album this week. Yo, Big Sean, man. I'm a firm believer in, just like gas, man, the content that you digest, the stuff that you put in your body, whether it be food or music or anything. You got to be careful with it, man. So Big Sean, man, one thing I love about Big Sean is content matter is always on point. He's always speaking uplifting, and he's always speaking about wisdom, lessons, stuff that's actually always relatable for me. So loving Big Sean's album right now. So I got a song right off his album. I got 2 off his album. But my favorite joint on there is called "Harder Than My Demons." You feel me? God got me working harder than my demons. I could relate to that, man. Another joint I got. Dang, I had this joint all prepped up. Oh, another joint I got on there is "Full Circle." Another good track on that album. And then my third song, I want to shift it away from Big Sean. I got a shout out to Pop Smoke, man. He got one of the hotter songs of the summer. I was gonna go 2 Pop Smoke songs, but well, shoot, I'll give y'all 2. But I gotta go with "Mood Swings" featuring Lil TJ, man. You feel me? That joint is a banger. You feel me? You got a shorty over. You try and get right. Throw that joint on. You feel me? Shout out to the Gonzalez twins if y'all watching. Hey. But and then I gotta give it up to Pop Smoke one more time. If you in a rotation and you gotta throw it on. You try to hit the shorty with the swag. Go ahead and hit her with that woo. You feel me? Go ahead and hit the woo with the woo. Because if you got the woo, you know what time it is. That's just that's the juice. That's you doing your thing. So go ahead and hit shorty with the woo. If she feeling you woo, you gonna get right. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Pop Smoke, R.I.P. Riding his own wave still, man. Great music.
Hey, I like it, man. I like it. Yeah, I mess with that woo too, man. I mess with that woo. I heard 50 on that joint. I said, man, they brought 50 Cent from the grave for the woo, man. But nah,
Oh
that
yeah.
joint go in. That joint definitely go in. G, man, let's hear your songs for the summer.
I'm gonna go with a little bit Chris Brown and Young Thug. Go crazy. I'm jamming to that at work right now as I drive. Throw
Mhm.
the wave on that one. Then I'm gonna go ahead and hit you guys with a little bit Latin spice. We could do Bad Bunny and Yo Perreo Sola. That's I got the girls going crazy. Play that around some females, man. Have yourself some great time, fellas and ladies. I know how y'all like to get down. And my last song would be like which would be my last song? Yeah, we could go any of the songs from Pop Smoke because that album is still clicking, man. Even when they dropped the extended cut, it has so many bangers on that one. So we could go wherever we want from there.
Yeah. Nah, the only bad thing I've ever seen about a Pop Smoke album was the album artwork, man. Hey, bottom right, so give me that top 3, man. Let's get it.
Hey, all right, man. For my first one, man, it's the latest song from Pharrell and Jay-Z, Entrepreneur, man. I really vibed with the video when I peeped it. And it's a song that I feel like my son started vibing with. So I appreciate that. I appreciate good music like that with good positive vibes. My second song is a Drake song, Pop Star. I'm not even the biggest Drake fan, man, but something about Drake, he just knows how to make them hits. Pop Star is another great example. It's one of them songs where I find myself singing along to it and knowing the lyrics without even really trying to learn all that shit. And then my last song is by Gunna, Dollars on My Head. That is my shit, bro. Like that's just my jam, bro. Like I vibe with it. I've been vibing with it like all summer. That's definitely my number one jam of the summer.
Nah, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, man. Hey, we got a strong list building up right now, man. So I got 3. My first one is No More Pain, man, by a dude named Derez Deshawn, man. He's still upcoming a little bit, but No More Pain is a banger, man. I implore you to check it out. Type of song that can kind of get you through something you might be able to relate to a little bit. Number 2, man, this whole album is going crazy. Money Man, one of my favorite newer artists. He's not really new, but I'm a little newer to him. Only listened to him for a couple years, but he got a album out right now called Epidemic. It's a banger. My favorite track off that is the one called Cross Me. And my last track for the summer, man, Rose's remix, St. John featuring Future. Y'all know Future's my guy, so I had to work him in somehow. But this dude St. John, he got an interesting sound, man. Definitely nothing like what you're normally hearing on the radio right now. So every time I hear that song on the radio, I'm vibing to it. So yeah, I think we got a strong little playlist coming together, man. Stay tuned for the Gas playlist on Spotify. We'll be dropping that very, very soon. Get you guys through your morning commute right after you listen to the show.
Right on, right on, right on. Yo, shout out Young Dolph and Dave East too. They got some heat out right now. Heat out right now. But speaking of heat, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to go ahead and get right. Y'all want to get right with this gas merch. Y'all can get right. It's available on the site, GoodAssSports.com under the shop section. Yes, sir. Get you one. Get right. We also got masks so that y'all can stay Rona free. You feel me? Got one right here, matter of fact. Yeah.
Good old gas mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have a gas mask.
So
Yeah.
go ahead and get you one. Jones is real stretchy, real nice, real breathable, real sexy. But besides that, you already know what we do. Go ahead and hit us on all the social medias at Good Ass Sports. That's Twitter, that's Instagram. We're everywhere. YouTube, Gas Sports Network, Good Ass Sports. Either way, it's gonna come up. Most importantly, y'all need to download the app. I know you don't got to look too far. Really, all you got to do is download the app. You don't have to look no further because literally all the gas is available in one spot. Everything you need, the podcast, the articles, everything. So just download the app, and we got some real hot stuff coming for you next up on the app. Bryce, anything else you want to add in?
Hey, man, only thing I got is that if you want to join the Gas Fantasy Football League, if you think your skills up to the test, if you think you belong in G's Fantasy Corner, wait, you might not want to be there. You might not want to be there. But, hey, DM us right now, man. We're going to get you in the league. Shoot us your email. We still got spots available. We want as many fans as possible. We don't care if it goes up to 32 teams. We want everybody to join us. So hit us up in the DMs. Hey, man, you guys know how we close it out each and every time. Sports for the culture.
Deportes por la
culture.
cultura.
Culture.